Hello, everyone. This is the show Making a Difference, and I'm your host, Jon Heymann. I have with me today a very exciting guest, Rich Possert. He's from the Veterans Council of Duval County. So, Rich, tell me a little bit about yourself and what the council is all about.
Yeah, so I served in the Navy for 23 years. My last 3 commands, 2 ships, and a shore command were down here in Mayport. So I was in the Mayport Mafia. Love the area.
Mafia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love the area. I just saw that Jacksonville has so much to offer, so my family and I just decided to make it a home. The Veterans Council, I got involved with the Veterans Council through my service in the Veterans of Foreign Wars. I started off as a delegate from my post to the Veterans Council, which is made up of delegates from all of the veteran service organizations and veteran serving companies here in Duval County. So eventually worked my way up into the leadership position, and now in my 2nd year as the chair.
I'm familiar with some veterans organizations here. In fact, we've interviewed quite a number of them. How many are there that you're aware of?
So I would say if you would include every, post, auxiliary, sons of, daughters of, there's so many. I would say close to 80 total veteran service organizations or veteran serving companies here in North
But what do
Florida.
you do that's unique from these others?
Well, I'd like to say we're a collective of all of them. We provide a unified voice, whether that be to our legislators, local city officials, local county officials, state officials, even federal officials. We're advocates for our members. We're advocates for our veterans.
So each of these 80, and I'm not sure it's all 80, but each of these other organizations become members of your organization, and you advocate, maybe you lobby, but I'm not sure you, because that's a legal term, but you do advocate for veterans services, correct?
Absolutely.
And that's your role. So you don't serve the veterans, you serve the organizations that serve the veterans.
Well, we actually serve the veterans too.
Do you?
This past year, I started a Veteran in Need initiative where we were seeing a lot of instances where veterans were finding themselves in extreme circumstances, such as in danger of homelessness, problems with their home, needing wheelchair ramps, so on and so forth. So I started that with our Veterans Council, and it started off as a crowdfunding, possibility, using our network to help these veterans. But we found that direct service is something we could do too, paying for a veteran in danger of homelessness for a hotel night for a couple nights, things like that. That gave us the opportunity to use our funds, and we became a 501c3 tax-exempt charitable organization here to provide direct support. So
just recently, yeah. So people can actually donate to your organization as well as any of the other 80.
Yes,
So help, even though you're different than them, help me understand what role do you have in this organization? You are a vet yourself, but what role do you have in this organization?
So as the chairman, I am, an unpaid CEO, the chairman of the board, if you will. I look at it like this. I represent us. Last night I was at our city council meeting to witness the passing of an ordinance that is taking $250,000 from the mayor's transition budget that's going in to provide for research and development of creating a Veterans Resource Center here in Northeast Florida. I look at my job as being the face of any veteran here in Duval County, and I want to make sure that our elected leaders and all of our veteran organizations see that I'm advocating on their behalf.
What makes a veteran slip through the cracks if there's so many veteran organizations in Jacksonville? What happens?
It's a great question. I think it's multifaceted. First of all, I think a lot of our veterans, when it comes time to separate, they are unsure, where to go. The military offers programs such as transitional GPS, but there's still an adjustment period. There's a lot of great companies that do a lot of great things for that transition process, such as Operation New Uniform and many others. But again,
Are they unaware?
I think that it's partially they're unaware.
Okay.
Another part is that there's an adjustment period.
Yeah.
You're trained to kill. You're trained to do certain things, and when your life changes completely, it's quite a shock. And for especially younger, I would say younger veterans, it's probably exacerbated more. Those in the trades, in the services, it's a little bit more of a challenge for them to transition, I think, than senior enlisted folks or maybe even the officer rank.
So if there's a vet out there right now who feels like they have slipped through the cracks, they could contact you, right?
Yes, sir.
And if they had certain specific needs, you could link them up with any of these other organizations that could be a big help, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, very good. Well, I appreciate your time, Rich, to be here today. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a wonderful day. Vet services are a huge, huge issue in our country, massive issue here in Jacksonville. So please reach out to Rich at the Veterans Council of Duval County. And you can see this episode as well as many others on dailynewsnetwork.com. Have a wonderful day.